Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. Great to see you today. I've got my glasses on here today because we're talking about discernment. So I got my discerning glasses. My name is Lorelei Fenton, by the way, and I'm your Ancient Awakenings roving reporter. And in my private life, I'm a personal growth and spiritual coach, which means having breakthroughs in life by the speedy route. And we're going to talk today about the channeling on August 19th, 2018. It was an inspired channeling, and we were visited by our dear brother, Archangel Michael, who really blew us away with his loving presence, and he talked about discernment. After that, we were visited by one of the individuals who's known collectively as one who serves, and he answered our questions. Now, some of you may know that this collective is of several individuals who don't use their names and titles from their existences, often here on Earth, in order to highlight the fact that we are all one. However, one of these individuals, as we learned 2 advances ago, after 25 years of not knowing this, we found out that he was rather a spiritual icon in his day and time, like someone we actually totally know and would revere, really. So by the way, all of these messages are channeled through James McConnell, a 25-year veteran of channeling, trained directly by the Ascended Masters. We also, by the way, often get messages from the higher self of Joanna McConnell, who's known as Shoshana. So, Archangel Michael started by advising us that everything is in change and flux within us and outside of us. And this is all part of the great orchestration of the great plan. And we are all part of that great plan. At this time, we need to more and more use our personal discernment and look within to know what's right for us and what's not. If it feels right, it usually is right. Sharing the light, by the way, at this point, we're told, is not to go to everyone because many of those out there are not ready yet to listen. But for those who are beginning to awaken, we can reach out and share the light. And as we share the light, we merge with the light of others. We merge with the light in others. And we're also now merging with our higher selves and our twin flames and moving along in the process of ascension. And ascension, by the way, is just that. It's moving to a higher vibration where only love exists for each other, for ourselves, and for every life form. We are all in the process of moving forward, becoming all we were meant to be, and knowing who we really are. And now, by the time is the time to trust ourselves, other human beings, and all life forms, because we are all life forms, and all life forms are us. So it's a matter of trusting and also discernment. Discernment! In every moment, everything is exactly as it needs to be. The old consciousness is falling away rapidly, and it's being replaced by the new, higher consciousness that we all are. Discernment, we are told, is the most important message here, because things will come along to make us question if we are and have been on the right track. But if we go inside, we will always know. So we continue the journey, fighting the good fight, but fighting it with light and love, which is all that really matters in the end. Wow! So powerful and so true, right? So then our wonderful one who serves came on board and said more about the journey we're on. It has its ups and downs and sideways, but we are not alone. We have others around us. Trust is very important, especially to trust within ourselves. It is that higher self-connection that we will come more and more back to as the vibrations continue to rise. And then we'll make connections with our multidimensional selves. How about that? Pretty cool. And our twin flames when we're ready for that. And that is real and it is coming, though not for everyone yet on the twin flames. So we continue on the path, knowing everything is orchestrated, even if it seems strange. But if something is totally foreign or brings up fear or self-doubt, that is the time to pass on that thing, right? That is the time to go within and see what resonates within us. Discernment. And then one who serves then opened the floor to questions, and he said, and someone said, well, actually, have you ever wondered, what's my purpose in this group? Your purpose here, says one who serves, is the same as your purpose in life. It's whatever your purpose needs to be in the moment, and it may change in the next moment. We came into this life with many purposes. We came to this life with a contract and a blueprint, but we also have free choice, which takes us many places. And if we stray far from the path of our choice, we need not worry, because we will be kind of nudged back onto the path. And the fact that we are in this group tells us that we are on a path to really know who we are and what we're here to do, because this group is not for everyone. So, in essence, it was summarized this way: just go with the flow. So now, are you having funky dreams? This one caller saw what he thought was Elohim, I'm not sure if you know of him. I don't really know of him, but if you know of him. And this caller also had 12 statues of clay that came to life in the dream and became what he thought was the Council of 12. And he wanted to know what was that all about. And he was told it was not Elohim, but it was the Council of 12. And these were higher level beings from the Council of 12 that he was connected to when he actually came here. And they came to his dream state to reestablish the connection. Now, most of us are associated, we're told, with those 12 of 12 councils, as Sananda has said, and we will have the opportunity to be involved with them, though we may not all be on them particularly. And they're not councils like the ones in the governments we know of, by the way, but they are higher level 4th, 5th, and higher dimensional councils. And we can strengthen these connections with these folks, by the way, when we get such experiences, by believing they are real and intending for them to continue. So then one caller had a strange experience during the meditation at the advance, where we were in 3 places at one time. And at that time, he felt all these different vibrations in him going faster and faster in all different places and ways. And he pulled back from that meditation a little bit, pulled back from that experience. And he then later got the message that this was his chakras vibrating at different speeds. And he wanted a confirmation from one who serves on this. And what do you think one who serves said? That's right. We don't need confirmation from outside of ourselves of what we know and feel to be true. And now is the time to really trust our own selves. And yes, it was the chakra spinning that he felt. This was confirmed. One of our callers had in her Merkaba when she was in her Merkaba in meditation, there was an experience where a beam of light covered her, and she had this strong heart feeling, and her twin ray came out of his light body, and it was a beautiful, profound experience. And she wanted to know why that was. Why did that happen? She was told that that was because she had stepped back from that connection to this twin ray and begun to doubt herself and begun to doubt everything she'd been up to. And this experience came in to reaffirm, yes, this is real. This is a connection. And the message, by the way, was to trust herself and not to let herself be led astray by others. Speaking of which, did you ever hear people saying all kinds of strange things about the matrix or our higher selves or who we are? And what they're saying, it seems fear-based. It just doesn't seem to or resonate with you. And maybe it's perhaps someone you trust So this kind of causes a seed of doubt. You might even wonder if everything you finally came to know and believe is actually true at those times. So some people in our group have had this experience, and we're told by one who serves to always first remember that everything is being orchestrated. And right now, and at our last advance, we were integrating the masculine and the feminine, the dark side and the light side. And we are all of both. By the way, not that the masculine is dark and feminine light, but we were actually integrating the masculine and feminine and integrating the dark and light side. And we are all both. And that was a powerful lesson we got at the advance. And misunderstandings and different concepts, when they arise in our particular setting, are purposeful in order for us to learn to use our own discernment. If something powerful is brought up within us and it leads us astray, that is also purposeful, we're told, because it helps us to see how we can be led astray, and then we come back stronger. So we want to find that deeper knowing within us and that deep joyfulness to know who we are and find and have an integration within ourselves. So then one of our members, who's an actor, by the way, feels that he is being reached out to in his meditations by JFK. And he feels he's being called to play his role, quote unquote, now. And one who serves says he is being called to play a role of leadership, which could have great impact on the world, just as JFK's role did. And it's not so much about a direct connection to JFK or being president, but JFK brought about much change, as our caller can also do. And this, by the way, may also be related to our particular mission in this group, if you will, our mission. And this caller's part in the next step of that. And this caller, by the way, also had an experience at the advance of his spirit body being pulled to Washington, D.C., where he observed some kind of a political or government meeting, kind of like a fly on the wall. And Joanna Shoshana then came in here to say that JFK is the energy of exposure. And exposure was what he was working on. JFK was working on. And meanwhile, Washington, D.C. is the area of falsehoods. So that's why he was being pulled there. So did you know, by the way, that there are 32 worlds who are members of the Galactic Federation of Light? And the Earth is now the 33rd world to be a member. And we are members, though it's not yet been announced, of course. But it will be at some point, so that's pretty cool. Now, is your body vibrating? One caller often has her whole body vibrating when she sits, and she doesn't understand it. What do you think that is, guys? That's right. It's the Kundalini energy arising. It's the Kundalini arising. And she's told that if it's too much, she can ask it to curtail a bit. However, if she does, or if she does not ask for that, it's going to continue to take her through the process. And one who serves suggests that she let it go, let it happen, and go with the flow. And Shoshana came in also at this point to say that this feeling is going to at some point become normal. It's going to integrate. And this person won't even feel it anymore. None of us will even feel it anymore once it's integrated. We then, by the way, had the question, can people who are happy and lighthearted have these same ascension symptoms, even if they don't know at all what they are, and they don't know anything at all about ascension? And we were told, yes, they certainly can. And they are, in fact, having them. But they don't understand why. So, another caller asked a question, and let me ask you this. Have you ever felt insignificant? You know, because one of our callers had this experience. Even within this group, she felt that. And she was told that feeling insignificant only comes when we don't know fully who we actually are. Because we are each the universe. And is the universe insignificant? No. We are one and we are all God. So how could we possibly be insignificant? Everyone has a part to play in the ascension. And some of the parts seem bigger and some seem smaller. But everyone has a puzzle piece. And if the opportunity comes to share and spread the light, we're told, do so. Don't have a feeling of holding back, but do so. But we're told not to push and force, because we don't like it when someone else pushes his or her understandings on us. So it's best that we actually don't do that to others. And with that, One Who Serves released our channel. It was a great session, wasn't it? And I will now release you. Thank you for listening today. I bless you and send you love, light, joy, fun, play, ease, and wild, outrageous abundance. Woo! Bye-bye.